Hello, welcome to the Real Bit Wars. I'm Chris, and today I have something a little bit different planned for you. So, there's this antique mall that's a few miles from my house. I've been going there since I was a teenager, so over 25 years now. And they are shutting their doors. So it's kind of sad, but recently I had a chance to just kind of take a walk through the place, and I thought maybe I would just share some thoughts with you on this whole thing. So I started going there before I even had my driver's license. I used to have to ask my mom to drive me there, and some of the things I collected in those preteen and early teen days were Pez dispensers was kind of my big thing, which is sort of weird to look back on. I don't know how that happened, but it was a thing. I loved the Pez dispensers. I also collected action figures, things like Thundercats, Simpsons action figures, and probably my favorite to collect was wrestling figures, mainly WWF Hasbro and LJN, but I also picked up the occasional NWA or WCW piece of memorabilia as well. And something I started collecting around that time that I still do collect is music. Records, cassettes, CDs, and that sort of thing. And as you all know, in more recent years, I've switched gears to collecting video games. So on occasion, I would stop in there looking for video games. So it was kind of bittersweet to get to take one last trip through this antique mall before they closed down. A lot of the vendors had already cleared out their booths. Others had discounted prices with a percentage off. It will be open for a few more weeks yet, but this is probably the last time I'll go. Sadly, I was hoping to share some pickups with you. I didn't end up getting anything. Even with the discounts, some stuff was really pricey. Other things were kind of picked over. I'm assuming some of these vendors probably moved some of their more valuable stuff out already. They probably took it to other locations. I know some of them have booths set up in different places. They sell things online just like anybody else, so not a lot to pick from, which was kind of a disappointment. But I did enjoy taking one last trip around the place. It's kind of set up like two warehouses on either side, and then they're conjoined in the center with an office slash checkout counter. It's the type of place where you had to sort of dedicate an afternoon to it. You couldn't just go in there and look and be done with it. It takes a good 2 to 3 hours to actually walk through and glance at everything. It's a pretty big place. So it's the end of an era, and this comes on the heels of the record shop I've been going to pretty much just as long. That shut down last year, so we're kind of running out of places to buy these things now. But that happens. All good things must come to an end, and I'm glad that we've had this place as long as we have. As a staple of the community, a lot of collectors in this area congregated there. You could always meet interesting people and just see interesting things walking through there. So I had a lot of great pickups at the place over the years, even though I didn't have any this particular time, and I'm glad we had it, and I'm grateful that I had one more chance to check it out. But that does it for today's episode. Thank you for watching.